The House started its summer break today. They won't be back in Washington until September. Some might view that as insurance that Congress can't screw anything up in the month of August, but you'd be too wishful in your thinking. Because when they get back, they might try to force big changes to college athletics. Senator Joe Manchin and Tommy Tuberville don't much like the NCAA's name, image, and likeness program since it started 2 years ago. College athletes turn their Instagram and TikTok into major profit centers. Bronny James, $6.3 million. Livy Dunn makes $3.3 million, has 11.9 million followers. As a college gymnast, she had little chance to ever cash in unless maybe she made it to the Olympics. The new rules turned her into a heartthrob and also a millionaire. Arch Manning earns $2.8 million, and he's still in high school. But that isn't good enough for the senators. They think Congress can help things, including prohibiting inducements, give the NCAA authority to prohibit certain NIL agreements, including those that would involve alcohol, drugs, or conflicts with existing school and conference licenses, require athletes to complete the first 3 years of academic eligibility before being allowed to transfer without a penalty, and give the NCAA oversight over NIL activities and the authority to investigate them, and much, 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 much more. Matt Brown points out the first congressional hearing showed Congress might not even know what it's doing. Quote, "I watched the last big dumb NIL hearing, so you didn't have to. If you want to help create policy that will help college sports, then do the homework and treat that hearing like you're actually doing the business of the people of the United States." Matt Brown, he's the newsletter publisher for Extra Points, joins us now. Matt, you may have even a lower opinion of Congress than we do here on the show. Welcome. We're glad to have you. And perhaps with more reason, why on earth do you think Congress, that can't fix anything right now, immigration to name one, the Defense Department to name two, on and on and on, why are they sticking their nose in college sports?
It's a fair question. The biggest reason right now is because the NCAA is begging them to. The president of the NCAA is Charlie Baker, the last governor of Massachusetts, and the NCAA went out and specifically hired a politician because they understood that they were going to be needing federal help. You have university presidents, you have conference commissioners, and just about everybody who works on the administrative side of college athletics is specifically asking Congress to be involved. And the big reason for that right now is because absent of a unifying federal NIL bill, we have well over 24 state-specific NIL bills. And all of those allow slightly different things. They have slightly different restrictions. A few of them recently would essentially prohibit the NCAA from penalizing any school in that state at all. So absent any kind of federal rule, college administrators believe we need the feds to create something here for us and maybe solve a couple of these problems. Manchin and Tuberville are certainly not the only two senators who have proposed.
Let me just ask you this: like Congress makes a mess out of just about anything and everything they have ever touched. Okay, we can agree with that. The interstate highway system they got right. There's a few other things, but not many. What makes us think that they're going to get this right and not just muck it up for kids now who are finally being able to get paid for doing real work?
It's a very reasonable question, and one that even athletic directors will ask too. And I can say this as somebody who's had to watch a lot of these hearings, not just within the U.S. Senate and U.S. House, but at the state level. Not a lot of people really understand this
Let me interrupt
industry.
you for 1 second because I want to get this in. Is there a chance that we're looking at this all wrong? And it's better to just go the opposite direction and tell the NCAA to go take a hike and treat college athletes like what they are, which is effectively, especially for football and basketball and these other sports, they're pro athletes, and just treat them as such and move on and get the NCAA out of it.
That is something that some Democrats and some Republicans would say that's exactly what we should be doing. And that also speaks to the urgency for why the NCAA is seeking federal help right now, because they understand that there are multiple federal cases working their way through the judicial system that will mandate exactly that. Johnson v. NCAA, happening right now in Pennsylvania, is deciding whether some athletes should be classified as employees. The National Labor Relations Board is doing the same thing. So the NCAA is hoping, hey, if we get Tuberville, if we get Ted Cruz, if we get some other lawmakers to preempt that and say, well, they're not employees, then you're set. Yeah. It's definitely an act of desperation.
Explains everything. Just follow the money. All right. Hey, we're going to have you back to talk about this, especially around football season, because it's going to heat up. We'll talk soon. Thanks for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.